Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to our Titans Season 3, Episode 9 review. This is the Garfield Logan and the Multiverse of Madness episode. I am joined, of course, by Zamadio. How you doing there?
Fine, thank you. I'm so excited for the show that I decided not to wear one of my usual T-shirts.
I mean, mine's about a team, and this episode only had Gar in it, so I mean...
I got a couple, I got a handful of, I got like a couple of Reverse Flashes, a Superman, and a Riddler shirt. I'm not sure, and a Harley Quinn shirt. But yeah, I couldn't be asked to wear any of those DC shirts today. Fuck them.
Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna kind of bust into it. We're not gonna do a play-by-play. I know I said that last week and we went into the play-by-play, but this week I promise I am not. Zam, what did you think overall of this episode?
Well, what I overall thought is that I'm not surprised that this show's been cancelled. To tell you the truth, and I'm surprised I actually liked this show, this series as much as I did because watching this season, I despise this fucking show. I really do. It's terrible. It really is terrible. There's nothing about this show that makes me like it anymore. You know, I don't give a. I'm not saying I dislike the characters. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
Any of them. You know,
One,
and
I think that's a problem with the writing and the direction of this season.
yeah,
And honestly, previous seasons did have that problem too, just in
everything's yeah,
smaller levels.
everything's a drag. Nothing feels fun anymore. You know, it's just it's like I'm just looking forward for this shit to be over. I think the mid-season break did not help at all. Like too much of a time gap, between the first and second half. This is a terrible show. Like, look, I've been off season 4 since they killed Lex Luthor. And I've mentioned this many a times. Like he's one of the greatest supervillains of all time, and you killed him and you marketed this show. Yeah, don't worry. You marketed this show on him, and you get rid of him. You think people are happy with the replacement? No, we wanted to see finally in this series a top tier villain, not a B level villain like Jonathan Crane, but a top tier villain taking on the Titans. And now we've got a Z lister in fucking Mother Mayhem instead that nobody gives a fuck about. I don't care about Mother Mayhem. I don't care about her fucking son, fucking
Brother
Johnny
Blood.
Rotten or but yeah, fucking Brother Blood. They sound like a fucking couple of wrestlers. Mother Mayhem and Brother Blood. I mean, fucking mixed intergender tag team.
Hey, there you
Like
go.
yeah,
Blood,
like
Blood Syndicate this Sunday on pay-per-view.
it's just terrible. Like so, and like this episode as well. Like just to get into this episode, I was like, what? What? This is not the Beast Boy I know. Like you're taking these things to the next levels. And I'm all good with elaborating with characters, establishing them, maybe giving them maybe a couple more tricks to their arsenal and stuff like that. But this is ridiculous. Like what they've done with Beast Boy now, this is ridiculous. They've made him god tier. You know what
Yeah,
I
like
mean?
that was one of the things I was going to talk about is why nowhere ever in the universe that I've ever heard in comic books, in animation, in anything has Beast Boy ever had multiversal powers. This is almost like when Spider-Man started doing the whole multiverse thing, and it's like I'm not saying that I love it now. I'm used to Spider-Man and the multiverse stuff, but that's how I feel. Why? Why are we doing multiverse with Beast Boy? I like Beast Boy. I like the guy who plays Beast Boy in this show. But why? all of the animals are. Is everyone in the freaking multiverse connected except for humans? People. What?
Yeah,
Like what is going on?
and and then like he meets this dude who's like a cross between the Phantom and Black Panther, and You
I'm like
know, but
a dementia grandma walking around with her little robe on.
and he's got that helmet on. He looks like fucking Magneto going to a 70s rave. You know what I mean? With that with those
Dude, that
fucking
helmet looks
with
awful.
the,
That
you know
helmet
what I
looks.
mean?
I'm watching him with that helmet
Like,
on, and I'm like, I can't do this. I really cannot.
it's like Magneto going fucking like all 70s and shit. Like you expect the Beatles to start playing when he's got that helmet on. You know what I mean? And Superfly and whatever all these other songs. But yeah, like this dude. I mean, I have to say that this actor, he's a spitting image of a boxer called Anthony Joshua. Google that name. You know, if you get a chance, Anthony Joshua. When I saw this actor, I thought, my God, you look exactly like him. You know what I mean? He's a
I'm doing
British
it now.
boxer.
Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he does look a lot like him. He does.
Yeah, so I thought Anthony Joshua was playing this dude. Uh, yeah, and like this guy, like you take that head. You know, like my favorite color is green.
I know. It's just like, and then he changed.
uh,
Yeah,
and my intention was like straying away. You know, like I just couldn't be fucked. Like, and then we go through some time loop shenanigans, and like he's going through tests and stuff, and then top of Mount Kilimanjaro, and
yeah. He's
what
like,
the
you've been
fuck
in
is
the red
going?
this whole time, but now I've pulled you out. And it's like, what? Like, I
Is,
mean, I know what he means. He
who's
did.
more
I'm not
powerful?
confused.
Yeah, like who's more powerful, him or that dude who I have no idea who he was anyway. But like he's some sort of like superhero animal rights activist.
I guess. Well, and I don't mind that. Like, I don't. But the thing is, like, his powers are like he can merge beasts together. Like, it's like okay, that's a
Oh
very
yeah, I
odd
thought that was.
power.
I'm glad you brought that up, man. I was like, what isn't that the like what was that beast from fucking Harry Potter? Yeah, I mean that's the first thing I thought of from
Oh
Harry
no,
Potter
no, that
3.
was a griffin. That's more of a like a hawk and a
Yeah,
horse,
yeah, but still, that's the vibe I
a
was
lion and a
getting.
bat.
Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting. It's sort of like bizarre creature and shit. It like became Island of Doctor Moreau. With all this body. It's just it. It was terrible. It really was like all of this, from start to finish. The music choices as well. Like they played Paul Van Dyke's, song a couple of times. I love that song by Paul Van Dyke. It just didn't work for me in this show, and then he
I thought
meets
that
his
was
younger
okay.
self.
You're
Like,
talking about
listen,
at the
honestly,
end.
he meets his younger self. Look at the world we're in today. If some fucking stranger comes along and starts hugging that child, people are wondering what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? So, and like we never really got an origin story for Beast Boy. Like I thought we were gonna get it, but we didn't. But let's be honest, he's got some
We did. We
incredible
we got
powers.
it. We got it in one of the previous Titan seasons, wasn't it? Season 2.
Really?
Yeah, where
I have
he
no. I can't.
yeah he had
I
he
think.
had that disease that they were talking about, and then
Oh, okay.
the guy from Doom Patrol. Now I'm forgetting his name, but
Oh
the
yeah, they threw in Doom Patrol as well. My God, they reminded us how cheap that show is. Yeah, I mean, when I saw, I don't watch Doom Patrol, but after because of the way Cyborg looks, I mean, seriously, he doesn't look like he's got cybernetic parts at all. You
it's
know,
actually it's actually it's actually it's actually not a bad show. I actually liked it. I haven't finished it, so I know it's kind of hypocritical for me to say, um but yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed Doom Patrol, not more than Titans at this point. Let me put it that way. At least Doom Patrol knows what it is, and it goes like it's kind of like Legends of Tomorrow. It goes balls to the wall and just kind of does its thing and is like,
is
we're
that
unapologetic.
is that the one with Brendan Fraser?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay,
It's just
but
it's as I said, it knows what it is, and it just is. It goes balls to the wall, and it just, you know what I mean. It just goes. I don't know. It's just fun.
yeah, well, nevertheless, it's not like this. All of this, like this was his centric show, and this is my problem sometimes with centric episodes,
It
like
doesn't tie
they
into the
like.
main plot at all, like
Well,
at
well,
all.
like we're setting him up now. Like I like the idea of him maybe being a changeling because why should he be able to turn into animals? theoretically he should be able to turn into anybody. Yeah, I mean, even copy human beings. But
Okay, so we have Darius here, by
yeah.
the way. Welcome to the stream. He says, really enjoyed this, and this is a Power Beast Boy, and anyone connected to the Red has it's part of the newer comics and the new 52 stuff,
Oh
I
no.
believe, as well as Freedom Beast, as well as Freedom Beast. This all connects to Brother Blood. So he ran out of, I think he ran out of letters. Um,
Characters.
yeah, letter characters. Yeah, I mean, and if it's in the comic book, fair game. But at the same time, it really seems like they're just giving him, like, I, I just don't, I don't know. It just seems OP
I,
for him. It just seems
I don't,
really OP.
yeah. Like my issue is that a lot of people go on about comics, and look, it doesn't. It's not just about comics. It's literature as well, books as well, and they expect everything from those works those particular works to transition to screen, but it sometimes just doesn't work. It doesn't work as well as people assume it does. And this is an example right here. It might be in the new 52 and it might work for the new 52, but my god, it doesn't work here. Especially with the sort of journey we've gone with Beast Boy, it doesn't feel warranted either. um this is like next level powers. It really is. And
Well, and the problem also is that they took way too long. Um, it took way too long to get Beast Boy where he needed to be, like powers wise. I mean, just last season he was able to finally transform into something other than a tiger. Like think about that.
well, you know what,
Three
yeah,
seasons.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Um
He also
uh
Darius also says
yeah.
this will connect to Brother Blood. He uses the red to help Trigon in the comics, and it seems they may head that way for the show as well. And you know what? As I said, fair game. Um, and as I
Yeah, they
said,
can make it work, but so he's going to be, because right now,
I mean, it is
like
the red and it is Brother Blood.
you,
So
everything really revolves around Rachel Raven, when it comes to dealing with supernatural stuff. So to a degree, it would be good that somebody else can take on Brother Blood other than her. But this is just
here's your
like this
friend,
is it.
Funeral Friend 45, who says I
I
support builders
support
and
builders.
anyone in the
Anyone?
construction sector.
Yeah,
So
fair enough. I'm okay with that. Do you support this new season of Titans, Funeral Friend? Are you happy with it? Because are you happy with the way they've portrayed Beast Boy? You know, yeah, it's
all right. So I mean, yeah, but I mean, really, it's just a lot of talking with between Beast Boy and this guy, and yeah, apparently, he's basically looking for Beast Boy to be his successor. And so what happens is Beast Boy says, "I got to get back to my friends, MFer. Don't try to keep me from my friends." And so we then go into Cameo City. So we then go into we go into the red. It then becomes the green because it's his favorite color. We first start off with
it
a
looked like he was
cameo.
in the fucking Speed Force, wasn't it? It looked like that. You
Well, I
know,
mean, I don't think it was technically the Speed Force, but maybe they're kind of the red and
yeah,
the red and the
he
Speed
hasn't
Force are
seen
kind of
it.
linked together.
You know what,
Um,
Funeral Friend? You're lucky, mate. You're lucky. But look, I just thought some of the special effects and direction and editing was really shitty. Like he's going, whoa, whoa, I'm falling backwards and all of this shit. Like, what the fuck, mate?
haven't gotten around to
You
watching
haven't,
Picard, but we'll
mate.
get there sometime.
Let me quickly tell you, Funeral Friend. Picard, it made me cry like a fucking bitch, and I'm so happy it did. I was good, manly tears, baby. Real men do cry, and I was crying so much, and it was tears of fucking joy. It really was. It was,
Yes.
yes, it was. And recently, nostalgic shit is getting shitted on. Like, yes, nostalgic. Who? That's bollocks. And I think we need to not necessarily go down that road too. Oh, look, I understand it can be a bit overwhelming at times, but I think nostalgia was warranted in this, considering we've got so much to go back on. and in a way, like the show needed a quality ending. Like our main characters from the TNG episodes needed like an ending that warranted what they've given to us over the last almost 40 years. So yeah,
And hello, Mr. System 96. Welcome to the stream. We are glad to have you here, my friend.
so yeah, it was fabulous. I loved it so much. Yes, Mr. Systems, top of the evening to you. Um, yeah, but yeah, back to Titans. I'm saying my home, mate, you gotta watch it, Mr. Systems. Just watch it. It's the greatest thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Mr.
Um,
System has not gotten around to watching Picard. Man,
yeah,
oh man.
mate, season 3 is the ultimate. But
I will.
it,
Okay, you're. Yeah.
but look, it's
Don't
100.
build it up to what it's not.
Look, it's 180 degrees though from what we've been watching now. Like we've been watching Titan since it first came out, and for some reason we did like it. But now looking back, I think to myself, this show is actually not as good as I think I thought it was.
No, I
And
went back with my friends recently at our nerd night and watched it from the first season all the way up to, and we're now currently watching it, obviously. And I mean, I still enjoy going back and watching it again. I enjoyed season 2 and season 3. Season 1, yeah, that's a rough watch, but I mean, it's almost like this thing is kind of bookending it, like the way it started. Like I don't know.
hey, let me give you something. Take this, Mr. Systems. Here you go. You won't need Disney after this. Uh,
Or
there you
you
go.
could support the
There you go.
project. Yeah, love. Okay, Darius says love y'all channel. By the way, are y'all gonna cover the new DCU Max series next year? DCU Max,
DCU Max series.
and the
Oh,
Penguin series when they
definitely doing
release.
the Penguin,
Um,
100%.
yeah, we're doing the Penguin. We already did a trailer reaction. I think was it you and Ginger who did that, or
Myself, Ginger, and Gary.
oh Gary? I did some fan film
Yeah.
reactions with Gary. I can't wait for those to come out. This upcoming week. So we next couple weeks, unless we do some other ones, will be me and Garrett going in. And we did a couple DC ones because Gary, he's that DC humper.
Yeah, he loves his DC, but I think even he knows that DC hasn't been that great recently. And look, I'm not a fan of either DC or like individually. Like I'm a fan of both. I want Marvel to do well. I want DC to do well. It's important that they both do well,
Yep,
but you have to call a spade a spade.
that is correct.
And unfortunately, DC has not. Look, Marvel's not been doing too great either, but they've got money in the bank regarding previous stuff. That money is running out, as far as I'm concerned. But they've had a couple of successes even during their roughest period, which is now with stuff like Spider-Man: Far From Home, which has been pretty good. I would say some of the series haven't been too bad. A lot of people were shitting on Captain America, sorry, Falcon and Winter Soldier. We both loved that show.
Oh,
Um,
that's honestly my
one,
favorite. I'm hoping that Secret
yeah,
Invasion will also be one of my favorites.
One Division was excellent.
I thought WandaVision
Uh,
was good. I just didn't love it as much as everybody, and I didn't love Loki as much as everybody else did.
I thought Loki was excellent.
I thought it was okay.
Um,
Above average. Above average. Loki and WandaVision were above average, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just top tier for me. I think that
and
was a
so,
great show.
but well, as I was saying, with even though Marvel's not been doing too well recently, it's had a couple of successes. With Phase 4 and Phase 5 has just begun, and it's got plenty in the bank regarding what it has done well. So people are always hoping for that revival that eventually will be well again. But unfortunately, DC, since its conception, a lot of the films have been shit. I mean, we're talking like Man. I did not like Man of Steel. A lot of people love that film. I don't
I
understand how.
liked Man of Steel. I
I
will not lie. I like.
I just can't get over that 9/11 level of destruction. At the end of the movie, where all these buildings are being destroyed, and then they try to, like God knows how many people must have died because those buildings ain't fucking empty. Yeah, You can't empty them all out, and put, even if they did, we were empty. The buildings would have fallen on people. People would have been crushed to death. That 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 ending was heinous. Batman versus Superman didn't have enough Batman versus Superman in it, and plus they were trying to
No.
shoehorn in all the other Justice League characters. The
Yep.
Justice League itself, unfortunately, became a joke because it's bad timing. Not bad timing, but with the death of Zack Snyder's daughter, the unfortunate suicide, and then Joss Whedon having to take over, it just became a mishmash. What are you
Speaking
saying?
of the DCEU, we did get a cameo in this cameo scene with Shazam. Did you catch that?
Shazam, we had Barry Allen's Flash,
Yep, we
and
had
all of
Grant
that.
Gustin's Flash.
Yeah, sorry, Grant Gustin's Flash,
Listen, I'm hoping that Grant
and we had
Gustin takes over
Outgirl as well.
for Ezra Cunt Nuggets. So
You'd argue that DC has been better recently, in my opinion, especially the Max original series. Peacemaker, I haven't seen Pennyworth. Um, I want to see that, but look, my problem is that there's too many of these fucking shows,
based around
where
Batman.
without Batman being in it. It's like come on, and that I find it a bit tiresome. Doom Patrol, I haven't seen,
I have
and
seen the
Harley.
majority of it. I think Doom Patrol is definitely worth watching. I'm sorry, like as I said, Doom Patrol. It's got 4 seasons. I mean, it's done a pretty good job. I haven't seen the last season yet, though. I know it came out and I haven't watched it, but that's why we don't do reviews on the channel because we didn't have time to do it.
And
Uh,
Harlequin wasn't my cup of tea, but Cheeto and Ginger watched that and they hated season 3 from
but
what
we
I
love
heard.
season 1 and 2. We cannot recommend season 1 and 2
Yeah,
enough, and we're hoping that this upcoming season, season 4, um we're hoping that season 4 is going to be much better because they've kind of done some creative work redistributing like of writers and stuff.
retconning.
Not retconning, just like they're switching in some writers that were a part of season 1 and 2, so we're hoping that it'll go back to season 1 and 2 levels of good. So but yeah, 3 was just
Well,
too much.
welcome Daniel Vance, by the way. He has a question for you, Cheeto. You want to read it?
Yep. Was it worth watching? I've had such a difficult time with this season and just aren't psyched this season as I was previous. If you're talking about this episode or like the second half in general, if you've watched all of it beforehand, you might as well watch it and get it over with. But I wouldn't blame you if you just waited until it was over and then just binge it and get it over with. Um,
So
Even
not
I have
season
to
4.
admit that this is getting pretty bad. This past episode had an opportunity maybe to do something really cool, and it just kind of didn't do it at all. And I love Beast Boy, but I really feel like that even whether it's in the comic books or not, I feel like that this is what they're doing to him. And I'm not trying to spoil it because as you haven't seen it, but by the way, this is a spoiler review, everybody. So if you don't want spoilers, we appreciate you being here, but you know, mute us or something. I don't know. But anyway, but not spoiling anything. The second half of this season, like if you've watched everything up till the second half of season 4, watch the rest of it. Maybe binge it once it's all out. Just get it over with. Maybe like sit down and like take some Pepto Bismol and just try to choke that down while it's going on so you don't throw up. But yeah, they're really kind of taking a thumper dumper here at the end. It's just not doing whatever.
Pennyworth is Alpha. Yeah, I know that, by the way. And partially the Wayne's origin story, Batman's not supposed to be around then, but I get it. And Batman does have a subtle appearance. Yeah, I understand that. But yeah, you got stuff like Gotham, and I think there's another show as well, which is where Batman's not around either, but it's supposed to be set in that period. And I'm thinking
Well,
of myself like
there was Gotham. There's Gotham Knights now. There was, I mean, Pennyworth. There's just too much Batman stuff.
Post Batman is fine to a degree with his successes, but pre Batman, like, what's the point? Like, what's you're not going to see fucking Alfred running around in fucking latex, are you? It's
Well, no, I think that
being.
show is based on just him being a part of MI6. Like his stuff. And if they leave it at that, that's fine. I don't know if I'd actually watch it, but
I don't know how I feel about that because I mean, are they trying to cash in on a spy show by using it? I mean, look, they've done that with Alfred in the past. Like they've made him more than just a butler. I get it, You know, they've done that in a few iterations of Batman, but like what they're trying to do here, like, are they trying to use the fact that make a show about a character who's associated with Batman, but prior to Batman being recognized, prior to even being born? It's like, what the fuck? It's
Yeah.
like what's going on here? And the older I get, the more I realize that there's no chance in hell that someone like Bruce Wayne, once he loses his mum and dad, would be left to his fucking butler to bring him up. You know, that would never happen. You know what I mean? That would never happen. It's ridiculous. Considering we find out that he's got a cousin what's Kane? What's the fucking what's Batgirl's first name?
Oh, oh God, what is her name? I know it.
Kane's a
The Canes.
surname.
I mean, yeah, their last name is Kane. But why am I drawing
So,
up like she was on
but why?
Batwoman?
So Batwoman. I mean, not Batgirl. So why the hell would Bruce Wayne not be left with his uncle and aunt?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
you
Is it
know,
Cassandra? Right?
maybe. So Daniel Vance has just given me the Green Lantern series already. Looking forward to something more adult orientated. Yeah, well, that's the good thing
Kane.
about
That's right. I knew. I thought it was.
Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give DC that. Like when it comes to the superhero genre, now that Disney own fucking Marvel, and then they're gonna give us quirky Marvel shit. I'll give DC the benefit of that when it comes to the more adult oriented stuff. But they're trying to do, like, even when I'm watching Titans, you know, until they drop an F bomb or they might have some sort of sex scene or whatever. Does the show remind me that it's not a kid show, that it's an adult show? You know, because the way it is portrayed at times, it does feel very CW esque. Today's episode, sorry, not today's episode, but the most recent episode with Beast Boy was the most fucking CW I've ever seen this goddamn shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, like, and the CW person does show up in Stargirl in this episode. That's another cameo from this episode. As I said, this is Beast Boy in the Multiverse of Madness.
okay,
You also
so
got Swamp Thing, and yeah, I mean, you just got so many cameos in here. That's like Swamp Thing. I don't know who the bald guy was. I'm not 100% sure, and I didn't look it up. Not gonna
so
lie.
what's this about Guardians of the Galaxy? Where is it? Guardians of the Oh, they did. Well, they might do that one F bomb. They can, but you can still do a PG certificate and get away with one F bomb. Like
PG-13.
yeah. But I remember, like, in a couple of films I watched where you had that one F bomb, like in X-Men First Class.
Mhm.
It was Wolverine who told them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
And then in Days of Future Past, it was Professor X reminding Wolverine what he said, and that was the only F bombs. I think Expendables 3, Harrison Ford says the F bomb once. You know what I mean? That's it. You know,
Oh boy, wait, hold
it,
on. Here we
it,
go. We
that's
got
basically it. Do one F bomb.
so Disney growing up. Well, look at this cunt right here. Titans did
No,
drop a fuck Batman, and hey, no, they've
they have
no,
done.
they
No, they've done a lot when it comes to swearing.
yeah,
Maybe
and
not.
honestly, that is one of the lines that sold me on the show. When Robin said "fuck Batman," I was all in season one when that trailer came out. Like I was like, yes, and I get it. Season one was kind of a hot mess, but that right there in that trailer, I was like, yes, I'm in. Everybody's like, oh, how could Robin say "fuck Batman"? I'm like, yes, fuck Batman. Let's
And
go.
like they did this thing like in season one with Batman, where Batman was there, but you never got to see his face properly or at all. It was like some sort of silhouette. Kind of reminded me of Beowulf when he was naked running around, and they were doing hide the sausage because it just so happened that certain things was always covering his dick.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? And it's the same here with fucking Batman. Like you never really got to see him, and then they got Ian Glenn to be Batman, and not once, not fucking once did you see Ian Glenn in that goddamn Batman suit, which is
Because he's
ridiculous.
too he doesn't look like
Yeah,
Bruce
then they
Wayne.
should.
He looks like Alfred.
Alfred, yeah, I agree. So they should never have casted him in the first place. Um, What else is Ginger
Ginger
Greek
Greek
saying?
says Vance. We won't know if Disney is growing up until 2024 after Chapek's garbage is out of the way, and I think we are caught up. So I don't know.
Well,
I
this
mean,
is actually this is there's a guy called Oh My Diaz who I like to watch on YouTube. He's a good guy. I recommend people should keep an eye out for him. And like Warner Brothers is pissed because the announcement of a clean slate is heavily affecting the movies that they are bringing out. It's affected Shazam. People are not watching that. Um, it's going to affect. It might affect the Flash. I mean, I think people might objectify to the Flash simply because it's got a nonce in it, but it's going to affect that. It's going to probably affect Blue Beetle. I've heard some terrible things about Aquaman too. Like the screen tests with regular people have been really poor. They're not liking it. So
well, that's probably because maybe it's. Look, I like the first Aquaman, but I get why people had issues with it. So maybe maybe it's that different from Aquaman 1. And maybe that's a good thing. This is the guy I'm talking about, by the way. I don't know who this guy is. Is he who he's supposed to be in the multiverse or whatever? I don't remember.
was he
He
was
looked.
he Mr. Piggywick, or whatever the fuck that character is called? The magical character.
No, I don't think so. I do not
He's got
think
that
so. But
he's got that Lex Luthor vibe about him, but he's
yeah,
not
but he had
Lex
I
Luthor.
think he had a British accent, and he's drawing something on his pad. It looks like a circle or something. I don't remember who that guy was. I know he's been in something though, like DC related. I just don't remember if it's like, and he looks like he's in like the Doom Patrol mansion. Looks like Lex Luthor's place in the Superman movie. I mean, it might be, but I don't believe that that's supposed to be Lex
Show me the
Luthor.
picture
He had a
again.
British accent.
Show me the picture again. Does it?
I'm
Is
not.
he?
I'm trying to make sure we don't get hit with anything because this is.
We're fine. So this was what? So this would be underground in Metropolis. Is that what you're saying? Like the subway?
Huh?
Um, well, he said the Superman movie. He looks like which was in the first one. He was underground, wasn't he?
I
His
think
layer of
so.
operations.
I get all those movies confused. I haven't seen
Yeah,
them in years.
he was. Yeah, he was, and yeah, that's
But
what.
I don't. As I said, he has a British accent, and he obviously has multiversal powers because he's like, I can see you. Can you see me? Or whatever.
If I could see the ceiling, I could tell for sure. Yeah, but they didn't really give us much. He's surrounded by cloud and all of that bollocks.
Yeah,
But
right.
so Beast Boy is able to open up portals.
To the
Is that what
multiverse.
we're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. Now we our DC Doctor Strange is now Beast Boy.
Yeah,
I
but
just
we had somebody who could go to different parallel universes in the Flash.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, wouldn't this have been a fun reason to bring Kid Flash in from the CW show? The one African American guy. I don't remember his name, but
Well, well,
and
you
I
talk
mean,
about member berries. That would be one there. I don't
yeah, but I
know.
mean, doing the whole episode, like have him guest star the whole episode, multiversal, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been amazing to have that Kid Flash on there because obviously they had Barry Allen in there, like Grant Gustin's Barry
Well,
Allen. So I mean, why not do Wally
but
West?
but they had
And he's a former
Stargirl.
Titan.
Stargirl.
Yeah, Stargirl was in there. She had a
She
cameo
was
that they
a
recorded
big
on the
one.
back lot.
Exactly. But like this whole series was looking like supposed to combine all these shows together and regarding the multiverse and stuff like that. And to a degree, the Flash did it first by bringing in Ezra Miller. And this is the funny thing because the movie should have been the what was popular, not the series. But they realized the series was more popular than the movies, which is why Ezra Miller cameoed in that. Oh, it's Grant Morrison.
I know.
Morrison
I
had
knew I saw that guy, but Morrison has a
comes with a lengthy run in Justice League America, Batman, X-Men, winning multiple awards.
So okay, so he's not actually somebody who has powers. He's just He's a comic book guy, so that's great. I mean, but those are the good member berries I like that, like when Stan
So
Lee
like,
shows
are
up in
they?
something.
Yeah, are they Stan Leeing him? Because people won't catch up on that.
Well, but that's why we have people like Daniel Vance in our
So,
lives who knows his
so
shit.
what did he say when he spoke to Garfield?
Who? The Grant Morrison?
That yeah.
He just said, "I can see you. Can you see me?" And then,
So
Gar just waves at him.
is he stating that he is creating him? That is he stating that that Garfield is a fictional character?
I mean,
Is that
maybe,
what?
but I mean, Daniel Vance says he's drawing a map of the multiverse from the multiversity. So, the probably a comic book,
Interesting.
but
In,
I knew I had seen that guy before somewhere. I just couldn't remember and what it was from. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This episode, as I said, I felt like this episode was a lot of fluff and not enough substance. I mean, like the whole cave scene of them talking just went on and on and on.
Look, how did you feel with you hate seeing animals getting tortured and killed. Well, this episode had animals being tortured and killed.
Hmm.
How did that make you feel?
God, I hated it. That's probably part of my disdain for this episode so far. I mean, it's not like we saw like the animals being tortured except for the one laying on the table. So it's not like we like saw like an animal get stabbed, an animal get, like their arm broken or something like that. So it was kind of easy to detach from that. But I mean, I don't know. But no, you're right. I hate it when I see when I animal mistreatment is one of the high ups of, if you really want me to hate your show, that's the way to do it. Or like if you really want to piss me off in a video game, I'm looking at you, Ghost of Tsushima. You take away a certain character or a certain animal that you've been with for the most of the game. Anyway, I didn't cry like a baby. You're crying like a baby. Anyway.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right. You're right. I am. I'm doing my best here, mate. I'm doing my best here.
well, but that
Daniel Marks,
actually,
he's look, he's keeping an eye on me. I personally, regarding all the animal rescue shit, I, I, I don't know what to make of it because it seemed very important for that Phantom guy, who looks like he's like a cross between Magneto, Black Panther, and Phantom.
mhm,
That helmet makes him Magneto-ish, you know. And by the way, I mentioned this earlier. Look at this again. Look. Type in Anthony Joshua and the actor who plays that Bisk guy. And you mentioned the Bisk as well, which is also something that we've heard in Black Panther regarding some sort of like leopard god or some sort of
yeah,
like anyway. But yeah, you look for Anthony Joshua on YouTube or sorry on Google, and he looks just like that actor. But okay. Um,
I'm
yeah, that seemed I felt pointless. The torturing of the doctor and killing him was interesting. I think Garfield didn't want that to happen, but it did nevertheless. And then obviously he realized that what they were doing was more like a glorified test, a test that I think he failed. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say a test that he failed. You talking about Gar? Or are you talking about
Yeah.
no? Because
Well,
he still wanted to. He
because
still wanted to turn the. He still wanted to turn the job over to him. But I think he just wants out of the job.
and yeah, he kept saying, "I want to go back and save my friends." I was getting Luke Skywalker vibes from fucking from Empire Strikes Back, and at the same time, this dude is telling him you have to work on your own. There's no there's no team up for you. You're on your
Yeah.
own. And then he's trying to out. Then Garfield is trying to outsmart him by mentioning certain things, saying I'm in control of everything, so I can do it however I want. So if I want to be on my own, I can be. If I want to be in a team, I can be. And yeah, oh, it's just so fucking stupid. Everything about this show is fucking stupid. I fucking hate it. You know, I really do. It's like this is why I don't host this episode because I just can't. I genuinely can't. It's just too much,
Yeah.
So it's
All
just
right, so I threw the poll up there. So anybody who is still with us, please go ahead and just if you're watching on YouTube, please throw a vote in on the poll. Zam, let's rank this episode and then we can chat more if you want. But I
I'm
mean,
giving this episode a 2 out of 10.
okay. I was gonna give it a
It's fucking
3. So
terrible.
that as I said, some of the cameos were fun, and I don't know. Maybe I should give it a 2. I don't know. I was gonna give it a 3 to be nice. I like Garfield. Logan. I like.
I just
As I
don't
said,
like
some
this
of the multiverse
direction.
stuff was fun, but kind of out of place.
Look, I don't read comics like I used to, like I did as a kid. But I will say this: this new 52 shit is not that popular with a lot of people, from what I've heard. You
Well,
know,
New 52 is like over 10 years old, I think. I think New 52
yeah,
started like in the 2010 or
yeah, but then
the
you
2000s.
see like the revamping of people like fucking Lobo, shit like that, who looks nothing like the Lobo from yesteryear, who looks like a space biker, which is what
Yeah.
people like about Lobo, you know,
Well, and he should be played by Jason Momoa. I mean, let's be real.
which he will be, but Jason Momoa is not getting any younger. He'll be 50 before you know it.
Yep.
So they need to start getting some fucking movies out with Jason Momoa before he gets too old. But the way Warner Brothers operates, they take too long to fucking do anything.
Dude,
Um,
they take too long to finish a shit. I mean, come on.
yeah, exactly. So yeah,
All right. Daniel Vance, anyone else in the chat? Let us know your votes. I mean, I see the votes look like it's about between 1 and a 5. So if you want to give your actual votes, go and throw it in the chat. Yeah, I know this episode is, oh god, it is definitely starting to wear on me. As I said, I liked some of the earlier stuff this season. Episodes 1 through 6. But this is just getting ridiculous. And I know it's from the comics, and okay, fair enough. I can't really knock that, but at the same time, it just feels out of place for this show. And I know that they're probably building up for the Red to bring Trigon back, because Trigon is basically Dormammu, of the DC universe. So I don't know, man. It feels like this show is like it knew it was on its way out, and it's just kind of like, all right, well, we're just gonna do what we're gonna do. We didn't see any other characters besides Garfield this episode, and I really feel that that's to the detriment. You really could have put something else in here. Maybe, I mean, make Garfield obviously the Beast Boy the center of the episode, but I mean, there's fucking nothing else going on. You know what I mean? Like, just
as I
it's
said before, you killed off Lex Luthor. What the fuck were you doing? You know, yeah,
yeah.
you could ask most people, like, because Lex Luthor hasn't been portrayed in Titans yet. You could have asked any people, who would you rather the Titans go up against, Luthor or Mother Mayhem? And I think majority of people are going with Luthor. He's one of the greatest supervillains of all time.
I really wouldn't have minded
And
if it was Luther and Mother Mayhem, like
with
trying
Luthor
to
and
bring
Mother
Trigon
Mayhem,
back.
yeah, I would be fine with that. But they looked like they were collaborating at first
Yeah.
before they killed, and then they kill them off, and this it's weak, man. It's weak. You know,
Well, I know they're
you
trying. I mean, I
you
know they're not
you
trying
got
to
you
rely
got
on
the
the Lex Luthor
connection.
crutch.
No, but you got the connection with Connor Kent as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's like they they like they weren't really relying on major villains in the past. Like they never like they had Joker play his role in the death of Jason Todd. Yeah, fair enough. I'm totally I totally get it. But they still use Batman villains in Jonathan Crane. So, and I think they've used other Batman villains too. So, um, why not use Superman's greatest foe and the foe of Batman's as well in Lex Luthor? Like it just makes
Honestly,
no
I
sense.
honestly feel like Young Justice does it right. Like Young Justice in that show, what they do is they Young Justice has their own villains, but they don't shy away from using the big guns like Lex Luthor, like like they're there, they're present,
Deathstroke 2 seasons ago. I know he's a Robin villain. He's a proper who became a Batman villain, but still they used him.
Hmm.
Like it's ridiculous when you waste the potential. And like I said, the marketing for this show was ridiculous. Like they made it all about Lex Luthor, and it's nothing about him. I'm I'm like, finally we're getting top tier villain. Finally, not a fucking mediocre villain, top tier villain. And no, we're not going to get that. You're taking that away from us. It's not happy at all, mate. You know.
Yep.
So, and Hawk and Dove carried this show. Yeah, I mean, because Dove is bloody beautiful, and the actor who plays Hawk is, he's got a lot of talent, but they made him a junkie for most of the while, and they did a
I
love
mean,
triangle with Dove. Yeah.
I don't disagree with you, Daniel Vance. I really liked Hawk and Dove, and I was very upset when they killed Hawk. I get why they did it because they wanted to prove that there were stakes, but God, why? Like Hawk and Dove they were one of my favorite parts of season 2 and season 3. For what little they were in there, and even in season 1, they were for what little they were in season 1. So I don't know.
I think I started falling off this show with season 3 because they blew up Hawk in Bruce Wayne's manor, and there was no repercussions for that. Like, that's a big ass explosion, and nobody came along. I mean, I think there was a lot of shit happening in Bruce Wayne's manor, and with Jonathan Crane obviously being there as well, trying on all the clothes. And also, my problem was with this show is that apart from Dick Grayson, every other superhero is revealing who they are. They're not hiding their identity. Connor Kent, he calls himself Connor Kent. Like there's no people. The thing with Clark Kent and the wearing the glasses, like, is Clark Kent now no longer hiding his true identity anymore? I don't know. Everyone else in the Titans is not hiding that is not hiding their identity, but Dick Grayson is, and then he's still hanging around with them, whether he's Dick Grayson or he's Nightwing. It's just, honestly, the plot holes. It was making this show unbearable to watch. Like, these things were bugging me too fucking much. It really was, and like, sometimes you can give things a pass and you can let it slide if you don't notice that plot hole, because it's just with everything done so well. But not everything's done well with Titans. It's done very poorly. So then these plot holes and these logical sort of scenarios, they just bug you. Like, how is this able to happen? Why is this happening? How can this happen? It makes no fucking sense. So yeah, this show gets a shit mark from me. And how many more episodes of this bullshit have we got left?
3, 9,
Oh,
10,
that's
11,
3 episodes
12.
too many.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Well,
Whew, sorry, I'm just okay. Well, I think that's a good transition to the point where we're gonna say probably what we're gonna do from now on is we're probably going to be recording these reviews for Titans from now on, unless you guys riot in the comments and say don't do it. I mean, then we will of course do live, but um we would just with the way the schedule's working right now. I mean, we might. I don't know, Zam. I mean, what we talked about this prior to the show beginning. I mean, we talked about, since Picard's over, we don't really have anything on Thursday. So, I mean,
I guess we could squeeze it on Thursdays, but whether it be a recording or live, you'll find out closer to the time.
yeah, definitely find out closer to the time. Just because I mean, as you see, we're doing this on Sunday. The show came out on Thursday. So it's like, now with all the other shows ending, we're kind of going into a break period, which is nice. So you'll see a little bit more recorded content from us, as well as some live stuff. We will still be having our Friday night chats hosted by Ginger Greek. Zam will still be doing his Ted Lasso reviews sometime throughout the week. We will still have our fan films. Keep an eye on the Citadel, which premieres in a few days. We'll have to take a look at it.
Okay.
Recommended by Daniel Vance. So
Yeah.
yeah, and Monday we have some pre-recorded stuff that will be coming out. Probably Zam food reviews, some Final
Yeah.
Fantasy stuff. So we've got some
I
stuff
had
in the
some
bank
meat.
that's coming out.
I had some meat in my mouth finally, Daniel Vance. I had some meat, in my mouth
And I was very
finally.
glad to donate to you. It was very. Oh wait, no, we're talking about food. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So no vegan stuff. I mean, there will be vegan reviews because I'm always fascinated in replicating meat using plant-based products. I'm cool with the experimentation, but yeah, I had some meat in my fucking mouth, and I can't wait for that. It's already on our TikTok. If you want to see it now, go to NerdTube on TikTok. Just type in NerdTube, and you'll see us on TikTok. But if you can't be asked with TikTok, then you have to wait on the 25th. 25th, yeah, 25th. I'll have the video out on YouTube. Citadel
Ginger.
looks like a good one.
Yep.
You
Wait,
didn't
which
finish
one?
watching
Which one did you say
Ghosted.
was coming out on the 25th?
Citadel. Oh, sorry, my meat review.
Is it?
Um, yeah,
Did you?
I looked at the schedule and I
Oh,
put it for
okay.
the
I was like,
25th.
wait a minute, is it? I don't even know. So
You didn't
Ginger
finish watching
says it
Ghosted.
all
Well,
looks
it's a Netflix movie. What do you expect?
just finished up. Ghosted, pile of shit but fun, which yeah. And
It's got Anna
then
De Armas, who's like so fucking hot, man, and finished up Dead Ringers after this. I'm actually watching because I just watched it by chance. True Lies, the series. It's fucking shit. I'm really pissed off. It's like the National Treasure, and the same sort of style of filmmaking or television show making. Oh, it's Apple TV film. Fair enough, it's still shit. But yeah, the True Lies series, it feels like National Treasure, but done in True Lies form. And if you watch True Lies, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger's last greatest action movie, last greatest film, to tell you the truth, which is almost 30 years ago, um, that's a quality action flick.
whatever.
True Lies
Terminator
is
Genesis is the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in recent history.
yeah, it's actually CBS, but Disney have got it, but it might as well have been Disney. Like it's fun in a way. Like Disney have only released one episode, but 8 episodes are already out elsewhere, which is fucking stupid. The
Uh,
final 2 episodes will be in May.
yeah. Also, Daniel
Um,
Vance. Yeah, we already broke the news to Zam about National Treasure being
yeah, I'm
canceled.
not listen. Regarding National Treasure, I knew it was shit, but I just happened to like it. I knew it was, like there's a lot of stuff that is shit, but people like it. The Room is the best example. Everyone knows The Room is shit. And my God, do people love that fucking film? And because it's shit in the funny way, but nevertheless, unintentionally though. But nevertheless, I'm not surprised National Treasure is cancelled. I'm totally fine with that. You know what I mean? Maybe Disney will learn. I doubt it, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So, and you're not the only person to apologize for me as well, by the way. Ginger Greek apologized too. Like he probably thought I was going to be fucking heartbroken. I wasn't, but
And you're
yeah.
apparently tearing Ginger apart. So,
Hey, he's using it. He's talking about The Room here.
okay,
Because there's a line used.
gotcha.
Yeah, the acting is. You gotta watch that film, by the way. It is so like the acting is terrible. It's trying to take itself seriously, but but you end up laughing at it, not with it, because it's so fucking bad. But it's so funny to watch in that sense. It's so fucking bad that it becomes very funny and amusing. Worth watching. It's just for that alone. It's a fucking terrible film that's hilarious to laugh at. Oh God. Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, I think
all right,
that
we're done here, man.
yeah, I feel like that's kind of a good segue to the end. Ginger says it's a cultural phenomenon. just like
Yes, it
Sam
is.
here. So, with that all being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining us this week for Titans Season 4, Episode 9. Beast Boy in the Multiverse of Madness, or more poignantly, Dude, Where's
The
My...
red. You have the red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take
Dude,
the
Where's
red,
My
my
Gar is the
son.
actual name of the episode.
Take the red, my son, and give me your credit card number. You know what I mean? That's what this guy might have fucking said, you know? Give me and I make you a prince. You know, I mean, that's what he should have fucking said the way he was going on, man. You know what I mean? This cut rate fucking B-Tech goddamn fucking Black Panther. So, yeah.
But with all that being said, everybody,
bullshit.
if you haven't already, please give this video a like, leave a comment, help the analytics, help us get out there. We're currently sitting at 2,700 subscribers. If you can share us out, maybe there's somebody else out there. If you know they like Titans, maybe they'll like our review. Maybe they won't. But we kind of we're trying to spread our love everywhere. So if you can, share it out and tell your friends and your grandmammies and your grandpappies and all them people. But with all that being said, thank you, Zam, for joining me for this Titans review. It's always nice to have you as a co-pilot.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, you'll see me probably for Ted Lasso next. Recorded, but I can't be fucked to do it live. Yeah,
That's okay. And yeah, we're
you
kind of
too,
going
Daniel
into
Vance.
and have a great, yes, you also, Daniel Vance, have a great weekend. Everyone, we will see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.